Welcome to the Five Letters Podcast, featuring myself, Yels,
alongside Cam.
And yo, it's me, Bez.
And welcome to episode 32 of the Five Letters Podcast. It's myself, Yels. We got my two co-hosts. We got Cam. How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's good?
And we got Bez alongside as well. What's up?
What's up?
Right then. So unfortunately, this episode is a virtual episode. We're having to record this episode remotely. Unfortunately, myself and Cam were not feeling too great at the moment. So we decided it would be better and probably easier to just record this episode virtually. But we didn't want to make you guys have to miss out on our Christmas special, our holiday special. So we thought we'd definitely record it and get it out for you guys. But unfortunately, it's having to be a virtual one. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Exactly. So first of all, as we always do, let's just catch up and let the people know what's been going on, what's new with you guys. Bez, what's good in the hood?
Let's see, last 2 weeks. But these last 2 weeks are just flown by, you know. Christmas is on Saturday and time is just I haven't done my Christmas shopping or nothing yet. It's just
oh my god, you're slacking.
proper slacking. I've bought some things, but yeah, I haven't been doing that properly either. But we, as we mentioned last week, me and Yels getting a place together. Slowly moving in.
Slowly but surely getting
there. So that's kind of taken up a lot of the time recently, and just working still as well. And that's just between the two. It's not much time for anything else. It's just quite a lot of hassle. So I ain't been doing too much recently.
That's literally me as well. Like honestly, like just between, I was saying to my friend, I was like, I feel like I spent most of my time traveling between my parents' house and our flat, like in the past week. I feel like that's all I've been doing is just traveling back and forth. Because when I'm at the flat, I'm like, I haven't unpacked enough. Like, what have you been doing? And then when I'm at my parents' house, I'm like, there's nothing here. Like, what am I doing? Like, but it's just because I've just been going back and forth, like bringing stuff, moving stuff, just whatever. So but yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. I guess my 2 weeks have been basically like yours then, like really, other than going to the cinema to see Spiderman, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, Cam, what are you saying for your 2 weeks?
Not much has happened really. I mean, I was off work last week, because it was my birthday, but I didn't really do much. I was just chilling.
How old are you now? How old are you now?
It's a secret.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And then obviously I meant to go back to work on Monday, and I wasn't feeling well, so I've just been in my bed watching Netflix and stuff, just chilling. So I'm getting a nice 2 weeks off at the end of the year. Can't complain too much, apart from being ill, but whatever. We move.
we move. Yeah, man. So no, it sounds like it's been a fairly quiet 2 weeks for us. I won't say laid back because as you say, Cam's not feeling too well. I'm feeling better than he is, but not great myself. And then obviously, me and Bez have been going through trauma with this flat. Moving's not as simple as they make it out to be. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little 1-2, simple, quick, pow, there, done, everything sorted. Nope.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. Not me.
It's flat. No, I'm joking. But yeah. So it seems like it's been a quiet 2 weeks, but an eventful one. An eventful 2 weeks, but a quiet 2 weeks at the same time.
Yeah.
But I thought what we could do since we're here is we can kind of just recap like some of our year some of our year as a podcast. Talk about maybe some of our favorite moments from the past year on the podcast. Whilst also we can discuss obviously things that have happened in our personal lives and whatever else. Things that have happened to us personally, and also things on the podcast, like just various highlights and stuff. To start with, I think having our first guest was quite sick. Having T on, I think that episode 30. If you're curious, that episode is just it's hilarious. At points, like I'm listening back to it and I'm just like dying at like some of the stuff that's being said on there.
Yeah, I think it was interesting as well because when I was listening back to it, like the whole chat we had about would your girl and your friend go to the cinema together, like that
Mhm.
kind of spun off the chat we had the week before, which we wouldn't have even mentioned it if T didn't bring it up. There's like just having another opinion on there where something which you wouldn't even
Yeah.
thought of to speak about just came up because of the fact that the guest we had. I think that's quite
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. Just added a new like dynamic, a new perspective to the whole thing. So I thought that episode was really, really cool. What else happened this year? The Super League was this year, right? That whole drama, that whole debacle.
That was earlier this year. Yeah, I think it was. Pretty sure it was.
It
Yeah.
must have been.
It was like episode like 20 something, so it must have been. It was like 22, episode 22.
Yeah, so that again, like I think one of the conversations we had in that where we were talking about how they should just basically do, instead of doing this Super League thing, they should just do like a FIFA Street type league.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yep, I'm all for that. That was definitely a good idea. See, people need to listen to this podcast and action some of these ideas that we have.
Yeah. Who's the runner of FIFA now? Sepp Blatter? Is he gone now? Them man need to listen up. Got good ideas over here.
Got good ideas over here, man. Yeah, man.
I think the Reddit one was good as well. That was a good little dynamic on it as well.
Oh yeah, the one where we were answering the scenarios and stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool. The funny thing is, like, obviously this year's most of our episodes have been this year. We only had 6 episodes before 2021. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess because we started in October sort of time, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So most of our episodes have been in this year. So for example, the Nerdcast episode, which was the first episode of the year, that was one of my favorites as well. We discussed the Capitol riots, which was a big thing that happened this year. If you remember that, it feels so long ago now.
It's been a long year.
It's been a long, long, long year. Do you remember the Capitol riots, Cam?
Yeah, of course.
That was a wild day, man. That was an absolutely wild day. But yeah, it's been a very long year. And then we literally discussed that at the beginning of the episode, and then for the rest of the episode, we were just talking like Dragon Ball Z, Bleach. I was telling you why Bleach is a terrible anime. You didn't believe me. I still stand by this. We'll talk about One Piece. Like we'll talk about everything. We talked about like Keijo, like all of these things.
Yeah,
like, we went deep into the anime bag on that episode.
That was our first long episode as well, wasn't it? Or was that no, Halloween was the first one, wasn't it? This one was very long.
This one was very long. Yeah. It was very long. I remember it like just being in that studio for time because that was one of them episodes where you get wrapped up in the conversation like so deeply that you're not watching the clock.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like when we're talking and stuff, because obviously I'm the one that records it, I'll be looking at the recording and I'll just look and see like how long we've been going for, or like maybe it's time to take a break, or maybe it's time to like switch out the topic or something like that. But like that episode in particular, I remember just being so involved in the episode or being so involved in the conversation that like time was just flying by and I weren't really paying attention to what was going on. Because you lot had to understand how bad Bleach is. You have to understand. That was very.
It's coming back. You need to watch the trailer for the new. They've got the trailer now for the new series.
It looks sick.
It looks sick. It looks very sick. I was like, I might have to rewatch Bleach at some point before this comes out. It actually looks very sick.
What else? I'm just like naming some of my personal favorites. I remember I think we had 2 good episodes back to back. It was the Skynet episode where Cam was basically saying he wants the alien invasion. Yeah. Do you still stand by that, Cam? Or not even alien invasion? He wants the AI to rise up. Do you still stand by that?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that recently as well, like two episodes ago.
Oh my god! And then the very next episode after that was the Temptation Island one, where we were
Yeah.
discussing this Temptation Island. Like that was definitely a good episode as well, because that was like we were just like, what's going on, man? What's absolutely going on here? Like we were so lost. But I think that Temptation episode is where like where we started going into like the dating topics and stuff more like often. I think that
Yeah.
was like the start of that.
That was quite funny. The Temptation one, like that show was a mess.
It was so
Such
messed
a
up, man.
mess.
So messed up. And then we had like some music ones as well. We had the one where we were talking about Cupcake. We had the one where we were talking about Drake and his flow and stuff like that. Then we had the Chip versus Stormzy one where we were talking about that. Like so we've had some good episodes this year.
Got my Mystic Meg in there when I guessed the Euro final, Italy winning on penalties.
Oh
Of
my
it.
god. It's your fault. You jinxed it. You absolutely jinxed it. I remember that as well. You definitely jinxed it. You should have put a bet on, but you definitely
If
jinxed
they listen to the podcast, they would know what to watch out for. They would know beat them before penalties. England should
it.
they could have won it if they listened.
This is true. This is true, man. What about you, Cam? Do you have any favorite moments that you can think of?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't really remember much the episodes if I'm being honest. I mean, obviously, I enjoyed the first of the year, the Nerdcast. That was great. But yeah, other than that, I can't really think back to any moments in any
Any
of the
moments
other
in particular?
episodes. Yeah.
For Valentine's Day, you had some gems as well, Cam. Like you had some gems in that one.
Yeah, that was the one where he
Wednesday.
was like, "Oh, if I'm in a relationship like that, get me out."
Yeah.
He was like, "Break us up, please, save me, help me." I remember that. Yeah, definitely. That was a good one as well. That was a good one. I'm just I'm literally looking at our Spotify page right now, yeah.
Mm.
And I'm like scrolling through like the artwork and stuff. I'm like, do you know what? Some of our artwork is clean, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, most of it is clean. Don't get me wrong. But like, some of it is clean. I'm like, yo, that was a good piece of art that was done there for this episode. Like, I'm
Patting
looking at
yourself on
the
the back.
Sorry.
I said you're patting yourself on the back.
Isn't it? Not to toot my own horn, but
No,
beep,
yeah,
beep.
not to not to toot my own horn, but some of these things they look quite good. They look quite good, man. Nah, yeah. But that's what I mean. That's what we're doing. We're self-made, innit? So we all do our jobs. We all do our jobs. If you see us tweeting anything or posting anything on Insta, you know that's Bez talking. If you like the video clips that we put up on Insta and Twitter and whatnot, you know that's Cam's editing. In fact, Cam, yeah, no, you did us nicely this year because that's when you started doing the clips in their current form, right?
Yeah.
That was
That would have
recent,
been
wasn't it?
fairly recent, I think.
Fairly recent. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to do that from the beginning, but I just didn't have the the three pictures of us. We only got that with the update to our logos and whatnot.
Because we didn't
So once
start
I
with
had
slow,
that,
did we?
nah.
No. But yeah, nah. If you're on Spotify right now or Apple Podcasts or wherever, you won't see that old stuff. We replaced all the old stuff. It's all good. we even updated the old artwork with the new stuff. Like when we changed over, because I remember, we had different overlays and everything. But yeah, now we updated all of that now, so it's all cohesive. It's all the same. So if you weren't there, then sorry, you missed
If
it.
you know, you know.
Yeah, that's literally it. If you know, real ones know. But yeah, no, Cam, you definitely leveled that up, man. I think that's really, really sick. Like the clips, like how it's done now. Yeah, proper engaging. Like I think, yeah, it would be the only way it could be better is if we were actually in it ourselves. For something that doesn't actually contain like actual video clips of us, that's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's on point. So yeah, man, that's I feel like, yeah, just thinking about it, yeah, like obviously we only started the podcast a couple of months before the year, but I think, yeah, this year we've come a long way. We've made some strides. We've done some interesting things.
Yeah,
we
man.
still don't have a jingle for what we watching though. When are you lot going to do? Have I remember telling the people that I have an idea that you don't want to do, but I don't remember if I said what the idea was.
I think you
I
did.
told you lot
You
the
told
idea,
us a
but I
lot,
don't.
obviously, yeah. But I think I think you said that you. Or did you say no? I don't think you did. I think you just said that we weren't doing it, and then
Well, I'm not going to go into detail. I think the reason why then Cam and Bez ain't going to do it is because it involves singing. They will need to sing. And for me, I think that would make it hilarious. But they're just being just too shook to do it.
can't sing.
And I refuse to make another jingle. I have this perfect idea, and I refuse to do anything else. I just point blank, flat out, refuse to do anything
Just
else. So
you sing your bit, and then we can like take notes off it, and then we can kind of, cohesive.
nah,
Be
the
cohesive.
template is already there. I told you what the template is. I told you what the blueprint is. Like you can go look at that and listen to that and copy that. You know what
Nah,
I'm talking about. Go copy that.
Nah, you just do your bit, and then we can go off that.
Nah, I'll do my bit last because I'll have to no because I have to fill in the gaps in it. Obviously, like Bez might come through and be like all deep voice, low, like in the low register, like a baritone, whatever. And then you might come and you might be an alto, you might be all high pitched. I don't know. Like so, I need to wait and hear what you two are working with, and then I'll fill in whatever you lot are doing. If I need to go high like Mariah, then I'll go high like Mariah. If I need to go deep like Barry White or something, then I'll do that. Like I'm, I got the versatility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it. I got the
I don't
versatility.
just do all three, and then just cover the do the jingle by yourself.
No, because then it just sounds like me, and it's just me. Nah, it needs to be all three of us. Nah, it definitely needs to be all three of us, man. But yeah,
Got I remember we did an episode about Virgil as well. R.I.P. Virgil.
oh yeah,
Did an
rest in
episode about
peace, man.
did an episode
Rest
about
in
him.
peace. Yeah, definitely R.I.P. Yeah, we weren't talking too nicely about him in that episode either.
Yeah,
But hey, man, it is what it is.
it is.
He rest in peace. He did do some silly things in his life, but
Rest in peace, still.
Absolutely. We can big him up same way as well because he
Yeah,
did some
he
amazing
did a lot
things
as well.
Yeah. But
I forgot that even like the petrol scandal was all like recent, and like it's just
I was like, yeah, that was only a couple of months ago.
that was a couple of months ago. It feels like it was so long ago now. Like this the other day I was like hunting for petrol, and now just pick it up whenever. It's just there.
Yeah, but the price has gone up.
Oh, that's
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
the price. The price of the bag just went up. Like it's stupid. I feel like they just finessed us. They're like
They probably did.
create a shortage, they make everyone buy up, and then just increase the price. And now you're paying went from what 120 to 150 something. Like violating.
Madness. We even did I remember we did an episode where towards the end we just started like reminiscing on like CBBC shows and stuff.
Oh yeah, like Tracy Beaker and all that.
Yeah. I think Tracy Beaker's the artwork for it because we just went way back.
Was that when they did the new Tracy Beaker?
That's when
the
they
reboot?
did the new Tracy. Yeah, that's what inspired it. Yeah. I'm remembering. Did you ever finish that?
Yeah, I did. I watched all of it.
Did you as well, Cam, or not?
Nah, I was watching it and then I was just like, I don't like it, so I stopped watching it.
What was it called? My Mum Tracy Beaker?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
My mum Tracy Beaker.
Did you finish it, girls?
No way. Well, not no way, but no, I didn't.
It was bad, but like, I had to watch it. I had to find out what happened.
Just for the culture.
For the culture, literally. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't okay. It was bad, but it was interesting. It was worth watching just to see.
Yeah, no, it was definitely worth watching. Like at least the first episode, because I remember I was on Twitter them times and everyone was just like, "Nah, so we're setting our clocks to watch this like live, yeah."
Yeah,
we're gonna live tweet our way through this. Like this is iconic.
Even the host on CBBC was like, "For all this is if you see a whole bunch of old people sitting around you watching this show, they used to watch Tracy Beaker. This is for them."
Yeah, no, absolutely. I hear it. So these are all the episodes, by the way. If you're just just now getting into the 5 Letter Podcast and you haven't heard these episodes before, definitely go back and check them out. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Like a lot of them, like what usually kind of happens is like the way our episodes kind of structure is that we talk about like something current at the beginning. So like when the fuel crisis was happening, we talk about that. When the stuff was going on with Harry and Meghan, that happened this year as well, where they
This
sat down
year's
with
been
Oprah and all of
long.
that stuff. This year's been
I
a
still
lot.
didn't watch that interview either.
Did you not? I watched it. If you want to hear my views, you can go back to that episode and listen to that episode. But yeah, like we'll talk about current affairs at the beginning of an episode, and then like towards the end, we'll just get into like just random, well, not even as random, but just other topics like nostalgia with TV shows, music, where we're talking about Cupcake or Terminator or whoever, like
Or
Drake. Yeah, we
relationships.
talked about Drake. We talked about Dave. We talked about relationships. That comes in the second half of the episode as well. So yeah, those portions of the episode I think are just timeless, man. Just good conversations, regardless.
Yeah.
I think it's all good conversations, but you know, when stuff is not current news anymore, maybe it's not that interesting. But
Yeah.
the
And
rest
they're
of it,
normally quite light-hearted, the second parts as well. Like the first part could be quite like
quite
sad
yeah,
or deep or something. Like something could have happened that's quite like, oh, we
yeah,
got to touch on it, but it's a bit of
yeah,
a heavy topic.
exactly. We're always talking about racism in football.
Yeah.
I feel like every 3 or 4 months we have to like start talk about racism in football again. If
It's
something happens.
happened again like this week, last week just gone. So it's something again current.
Just this game, mate. Game's gone. Game's
Games.
gone.
Bring back the Super League.
Ah man, but yeah, nah. Obviously, yeah. Like I said, we're gonna keep this one brief. Obviously, Cam's not feeling too well, as we've already said, so we're trying to keep this one a bit brief. So the only other thing I really wanted to talk about was obviously we've all seen Spider-Man, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Out of 10, go.
12.
Okay, Cam.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 9. Solid 9. I'm not gonna get mad like hyperbolic and over the top like Bez.
I'll be honest, I'll give it a 9 as well, to be fair. 9, 10 isn't. It was a very good film.
It was very. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because definitely there was other films I enjoyed more, but yeah, it was hard. It was so hard. Like it's hard to the point where like we're planning to watch it again, and yeah, I want to watch it again.
Where would you rank it against other Marvel movies, MCU movies? Like, so what's your top 3 MCU movies?
That's
And
tough, man. Because
and then if that doesn't make it, where would you put it against your top 3?
it doesn't make my top 3. I can tell you why it doesn't make my top 3. Because Infinity War is in my top 3, and that I don't think anything's ever gonna take that out of my top 3 just because of like that movie is just it's just too dope. It's just too like the way it ends as well. I
I'd
think
say it was
part of
game
it,
breaking how it ended, to be fair.
yeah, just outrageous because you're like, oh, and I remember being in the cinema because yeah, these were peak times I watched everything in the cinema. I remember being in the cinema and the movie ending and me being like, wait, hold on, it's been 2 hours and however long, like 2.5 hours or however long it is. I was like, wait, it's already been 2.5 hours, and hold on, you're ending it like this. Are you like? I'm not ready to leave the cinema right now to see what happens next. This is wild. I don't
And there
think
was
I've
no
ever
post
been.
credit scenes or anything. Just
Yeah, exactly. Just done. And I don't think I've ever been like that in the cinema before where I've just sat there like, wait, hold on. I inject it. I need the next dose like, right now. So Infinity War was definitely there. Black Panther's also there. Not because that's an amazing movie, but that was just I don't know, that was just a moment, man. It just felt like so
for the
peak.
culture.
Just yeah, I guess for the culture. Like it was really cool, man. It was just a really cool moment in time. And it was a good movie as well. Not
It
don't
was a
get
good
me
movie.
wrong,
Yeah, it
it
was a
was a
good
good
movie.
movie. But yeah, just everything surrounding it culturally. Obviously, I don't feel like Marvel should be dictating the culture, but that's a topic for another time. But everything around it was it was like what a time to be alive, man. That and then Thor 3, yeah, Ragnarok would round out my top 3 just because that movie is just ridiculously. I just find it so funny.
It was
Like
very funny.
whenever I just think of that movie, I just start giggling because I'm like, it was just, and it was again. This was another one I saw in cinema. I saw all 3 of these in cinema. I feel like I saw most Marvel movies in cinema, but I saw all 3 of these in cinema. And I remember Thor Ragnarok. My expectations were in the gutter. Like I was not expecting nothing. The first one and the second one. The first one's
They were
trash.
getting worse.
The second one, I barely remember. So I was expecting
It was
nothing from
worse
this
than the
movie.
first one.
What, the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So I was expecting absolutely nothing from this movie. And then I'm finding myself rolling on the floor from laughter because it's hilarious. And then on top of that, yeah, it was a good movie. It had a good narrative, like a good plot line. Like, yeah. So I was just like, yo. So yeah, that's my top 3, and that's the reason why. So then Spider-Man doesn't make it, but it's probably top 5.
Okay.
Probably top 5.
Cam, what about you?
I think my top 3 probably Infinity War as well, and I honestly think this movie is in my top 3 also. So Infinity War, this Spider-Man, and then it's hard since rewatching like all the movies because obviously I rewatched them at the end of last year, whatever. Um, I think second Captain America,
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Yeah, I think that's my third one in my top 3 because that movie I didn't realize how good it was until I rewatched it. I was like,
Movie
this
was
movie is
sick.
insanely good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like without like obviously Civil War was sick as well, but that was carried by just everyone being in it. But Winter Soldier is just hard, just off the action, off the story, everything's sick. But yeah, that's my top. That'll be my top 3 with Spider-Man in there.
Yeah. I think Spider-Man makes my top 3 as well, to be fair. I think it's
What are they?
mine's probably I don't know, because so Spider-Man's in there, then probably Black Panther, and then I'm between Winter Soldier and Civil War. Because I feel like Winter Soldier, I came out of the movie thinking that film was just so sick because the fight scenes in it were just crazy. But then Civil War also came out thinking like, wow, this is just amazing movie. Like, so I think probably Civil War.
Civil War was
That's my top 3.
gas.
That's like I think
Civil
yeah,
War was just gas. Like Civil War was kind of like the Spider-Man movie in that just more things just get happening than me. You go,
yeah,
and that's what I liked about the Spider-Man movie was that like it was just like yeah, it was paying. It was like one of those things that kind of reward you for being a fan, kind of thing. I
yeah,
was like, okay, like we know that a lot of people watching this movie, or most people watching this movie, is gonna have seen this movie, this movie, this movie, this
yeah.
movie. They're gonna know this, and we're just gonna make sure that we have all of these like moments in there for the people that have been paying attention, and
Mm-hmm.
that's quite nice. And then for Civil War, it was kind of the same thing. It was like for people who know these characters, who have seen them in their own movies or have seen them in like comic books or cartoons or
Yeah,
whatever over the years, whatever, we're gonna give them their moments on in this movie, and that was just gassed.
yeah.
Yeah, like in that movie, Spider-Man comes through on a G1,
Yeah.
Black Panther comes through on a G1,
Black Panther was
and
like sick in that film. That's what he because in Black Panther
so
he was good,
certified.
but in that one he was just on crud. On crud.
Yeah, that he was on madness. Ant-Man goes big for the first time, like all of
Yeah,
these like little moments and stuff. Yeah, it's too much. Making me
yeah.
want to watch it now.
I'm thinking like they're all on Disney Plus, aren't they? Or is only some of them? They all are.
They're all there.
I've been
My friend literally just finished the watch through of all of them.
Wait,
From
the Spider-Man movies aren't on there.
yeah,
okay.
but they're not MCU technically ish.
No.
I guess they're Sony.
MCU in terms of the universe, there's Sony movies though.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're right. But that's why they're not on there because they're not owned by.
they're on Netflix and iPlayer, so you can
Yeah.
kind of watch them quite easily anyway.
Yeah.
I've been toying with getting Disney Plus for a while now, and I feel like I need to rewatch some Marvel at some point, so I'll probably get it soon.
Yeah, my friend. Yeah, like I was saying, my friend was literally telling me that about watching them all in order, I was like, yeah, it's just so sick to just rewatch it all because when everything's like fresh in your head, and then you're
Yeah.
catching even like the more subtle references that you might have forgotten, like you might have forgotten something that happened, and then they reference it in the next movie, and you just forgotten. But when you watch it like back to back to back to back, and things are just more fresh.
Yeah.
Like you catch those references as well. Like, but yeah, no, I'm definitely not like 100% like Marvel person though, because I will never watch Agents of Shield. That's not happening. I'm not
That was good
watching.
though.
I don't care. I'm not watching
It-
Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm not watching Hawkeye. This is not happening.
apparently, Hawkeye ended really well. Like I saw it trending on Twitter today, and everyone was bigging it up and going crazy about it.
People were saying it was good. People were saying it was good. And again, I do not care.
I'm
don't
not gonna
care.
watch it either.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah, I can't do Hawkeye.
I value my time a little bit too much for that. I love like this Marvel stuff. I love it. But yeah, nah. I'm not investing no time into Hawkeye. I'm sorry.
What are you saying? You back in on the Marvel thing now, or still done with it? Leave
So,
me alone. I don't want any
alright.
more. Take a 20-year break and never.
Bruv, okay, right. Can I just say one thing, right? I at first, after coming out of Spider-Man, I was like, "Oh, this might have reignited my fire." But then I thought about it, and I was like, "No, like even the ending to this movie kind of proves what I'm on, like because the ending to this movie is just it's finished, it's done. Nothing more needs to like. We never need to see Spider-Man again. Obviously, we're going to, but we actually never
Yeah.
need to see him again after this movie. So I'm just like, and this is kind of what I mean. Like things are just so tied up, so nicely with a bow. Like I'm
Nah,
like,
man. We need that
where does
adult Peter. He's working at Daily Bugle. Not is it Daily Bugle? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
yeah, the Daily Beagle
Daily,
with
yeah, he work at
Jameson
with Jameson.
taking pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, we need that Peter.
Okay, but we've had that Peter before.
But that's that Peter, not this Peter.
No, just Peter.
That's Peter Parker 1 or 2, three, whichever one he was.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. No, it's still the same kind of thing. Like I'm nervous that they don't have that many stories left to tell. Like
Yeah.
so I'm just like, yeah, it's just take your time, take it easy. Let's recoup. Let's even if you just let the world move on a bit, that creates more narrative stuff. Like I'm surprised that they haven't really touched on COVID yet.
I guess it's a comic book world, isn't it? So they just
That's not still,
And
but it's like
also they skipped the COVID years, man. They're
oh
like
yeah,
in
they're
2023,
ahead of us. You're right, they're ahead of us.
so they didn't have the COVID years. They were all
Yeah.
snaps.
I forget that they're ahead of us. But
But you say till the end of the credits, right? For the Doctor
Mhm.
Strange trailer.
yeah,
That looks pretty
didn't.
good. Oh, you didn't? Oh yeah, you said you weren't a fan. You had
it
a
was
bit of
pretty
a
much.
so go on.
No, I was gonna say to Cam, yeah, like the first after credit scene was kind of interesting.
I know what
Yeah.
happens. Like I've seen on YouTube what happens in them. I just haven't. I need to watch
Ah.
the movie to see them properly. So I know the
Okay.
first one
But
was
the
with
second one's basically
Venom
just a
going back.
trailer.
It's a
There's
trailer,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing. The second one's nothing special. It's
The
just
second one's
a
the
trailer.
trailer.
okay.
You can watch it on YouTube. Probably, I think it came on YouTube today or yesterday, so you can literally watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So it does look like a interesting movie, and obviously with the tie-in with What If,
Mm-hmm.
that looks like it's gonna happen, which is quite cool.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely due to be quite interesting, but again, it's like I don't know. I just feel like we've had all this time leading up to Infinity War, where like everything just felt like it was going somewhere, it was going to a head, and now it feels like everything is done, and it just feels like they're wrapping up loose ends. And that's what the Spider-Man movie felt like to me. It just felt like the wrapping up of a loose end, and now that loose end is actually done, and we don't need Spider-Man anymore. And I feel like Doctor Strange is either going to do the same thing, as in just wrap up the loose end, probably from What If, just wrap up that loose end, or yeah, I don't know. I'm just struggling to see how it's gonna branch out into new narrative. The only thing that I've seen that looks like it's branching off into something new was Loki. That was the only thing that was like, okay, we're getting some
Yeah.
new something, but I feel like that's just gonna be on the back burner for a while anyway.
But isn't Doctor Strange the next one something like the corruption of the multiverse or something along those lines. Like the name of it, it's
Multiverse
got
of
so
Madness.
that's it, multiverse of madness. So it could be like obviously Loki had the whole multiverse thing that came in at the end of it. So it could just be like carrying on that, and then it could just span off more multiverse craziness sort of thing.
But multiverse craziness is not necessarily story though. Also, like this Spider-Man movie had multiverse craziness, but a lot of my favorite moments in this Spider-Man movie had very little to do with the actual story of that movie. If you get what I mean. Like I enjoyed that Spider-Man movie a lot because of the references. I enjoyed it because of characters that I liked coming back. I enjoyed it because of characters that I like got to come back and have character development moments that I wasn't expecting them to have because I thought they were basically dead and gone forever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, a lot of my favorite moments in that had very little to do with that actual story that was actually going on, of Peter trying to reconcile with the fact that everyone that knows he's Spider-Man now. I honestly I don't care about that was not what I cared about. I cared about seeing Toby. I cared about seeing Andrew. I cared about seeing Willem. I cared about seeing
Man like Willem.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like Willem, I was like, yo, and he went in the whole movie. He was going in. Cared about seeing that, and I
But that
cared
was
about
multiverse madness.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you, Bez. I didn't care about the story. I just cared about the moments and the I cared about the fan service is what I'm saying. I didn't care about the story. So and that only takes you so far. I feel like
true.
that's not
So,
that doesn't give lasting excitement.
I mean,
Like if
depends.
they did another, so they can't, for example, they can't do another Spider-Man movie like that. If they did another Spider-Man movie like that, I wouldn't watch it because I'm like, now you're just milking it. You're overdoing it. That's the only Spider-Man movie they can do like that for a good. They could do it again in 10 years maybe, but for a good while, they can't do another Spider-Man movie like that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I see what you mean. They can't. Yeah.
But if it was just a good story, then of course they could. They could do one every year because it's a good story.
Nah, but well, they can. But the thing is that they wrapped it up, so it's like I can't really say too much because it spoil it. But it's not open to have them bring them back. They could bring back they could bring the Sinister Six in, for example, into this universe, and that would be cool. Like it wouldn't be necessarily be the fan service. It would be a man like Willem and them lot back, but you could still have like Doc Ock from this universe, the Lizard, Rhino, Shocker, all them lot come in, and that would be cool.
Of course they could. I mean, they could just bring them in that universe to begin with. They don't have to come from another universe. They could just be made in this universe.
Yeah, but
my point is, it would just have to be a good story. My point is, like, you can't build something. You can't repeatedly just go back to the well of fan service. Is my point. Like, fan service will give you one good movie, which is the Spider-Man movie. Great, like, but you can't keep going back to that. Like, you gotta give us an Infinity War at some point where there's a story here that's like, yo, there's the story beats like Infinity War. The story gassed me because I was like, yo, like Thanos came through and he did that. Like, that's the story. Like, 100%. That's what gassed me. This, I'm gassed by seeing. Like I say, I'm gassed by seeing them just basically rewarding me for being a fan and showing me things that I want to see. That was it. They were just showing me things I want to see, and I wanted to see them, so I enjoyed it. Next time, I'm probably gonna want to see it less, and then less, and then less, and then
But it could be them building something again. It's the restart of Phase 4, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
So you just got to see where they're going with it, really. Because it could go in a good route to Infinity War like ending sort of thing, or
That's
like
the point, isn't it? Like that's the whole point.
What do you mean, Cam?
Obviously, these movies don't have to feel like they're building to anything big at the minute. Because if you think about Iron Man and whatnot, like it starts teasing the Avengers instantly. But apart from that, there's still pretty small stuff. It doesn't start teasing and Thanos. Like Thanos doesn't come into it for a while.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying is, Iron Man had a good contained story, a good self-contained story. Well, I mean, a decent enough self-contained story. It wasn't amazing, but it had a decent enough self-contained story. And at the time, we weren't saturated with comic book stuff as well. Remember this. So all I'm saying is, we are oversaturated with superhero content or comic book content in terms of Marvel. In terms of DC, have been quite quiet the past few years. I will say that they've done like one or two movies. I think it's what the Suicide Squad,
Suicide Squad,
and
Wonder Woman.
that's it, right?
When was they got Black Adam coming soon, haven't they? The one with The Rock.
But but it was literally Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman. That's it.
And Justice League, the 4-hour one.
Oh, the Snyder Cut.
Is that
But that doesn't. Yeah, that we're not counting that. But so yeah, DC have been quite quiet to be fair to them, but it's been
because they're
Marvel.
trash. That's why.
All right, fair enough. But you have Marvel, but you also have the boys. You've got Invincible. You've got My Hero Academia. If you want to. Nah, I'm joking.
There was that Netflix
I
thing
won't
they
claim
made
that.
as well. I can't remember what it's called now. There was a Netflix superhero thing
Oh,
with the husband and wife and kids or something.
husband and wife and kid.
It was a man, woman, and then like the two older kids who got his power or something, and then like the girl was trying to live a normal
Oh yeah,
life. And
Jupiter's Legacy or
that's it.
whatever.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. There was that. There was like another cartoon on Netflix as well that was about super villains.
Super Crooks.
Super crooks. That's it. Yeah. But so this is what I'm saying. So there's a lot of superhero / comic book content out there right now. When we're talking Iron Man, that wasn't the case. But right now, there's a lot of that. We've just come off the back of probably the biggest thing to happen in one of the biggest things to happen in cinema ever, which is the MCU Infinity War Endgame stuff. And my point is now they don't need to be building to something big per se, but they really need to, if they're gonna get me hooked again, the stories need to be self-contained. And
I thought like they will be. Like, have you seen? Did
okay,
you watch?
no, but all right. So, but answer me this then. You feel like they will be, but answer me this: take out all the fan servicey stuff of
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Do you enjoy it as much? Because I don't. Now that I'm deep in it, I definitely wouldn't.
What, enjoy the
For
movie?
example,
Well,
yeah.
how
So
does it take out the
hold
content,
on, hold on.
everything from the movie,
No,
and then did you enjoy it? Of course not.
no. But it's not saying do you enjoy the story as much. What I'm saying is, for example, rather than the other two Spider-Man, rather than them being Andrew and Toby,
Yeah.
imagine they just casted two random blokes to play two Spider-Men from another universe
Yeah.
randomly. And again, same thing with the Green Goblin, Doctor
Yeah.
Octopus, whatever. Imagine instead of getting these actors to reprise their roles from previous movies, imagine the same characters and everything,
Yeah.
same thing happens. It's just without the history of is this actor from this movie playing this character again. Without that history, exact same story, exact same thing happens. Do you enjoy it as much? Cam, you first. I hear
Probably
him
don't.
coughing.
That wasn't me. I probably don't enjoy it as much, but I still probably enjoy it because obviously you're pretty much just describing Into the Spider-Verse, but a live action version, and that's what
Kind
happens.
of, yeah.
And I don't see any reason why I would.
But I feel like Into the Spider-Verse. I feel like the Into the Spider-Verse story is a bit stronger though.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I don't think it would be a bad movie. It obviously wouldn't be as hype as this movie was, but it wouldn't be bad, I don't think. Because it would still be the hype of having 3 Spider-Men in one movie and like having all of the Sinister Six in this movie. Like this is the first time the Sinister Six would be a thing in any Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason why it would be bad. But yeah.
I'm not saying it would be bad. I'm just saying that
Wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I feel like it goes down a notch. And for me that's because the story's not strong. I'm thinking about it, I feel like
what about the last Spider-Man movie then? Because that was after Endgame as well.
Far From Home.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I preferred the first one. Not that I didn't like it, that's being harsh. But I mean, it was whatever. It was like Ant-Man to me. It was like, yeah, it's whatever. It was enjoyable, but yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna run to it on if I see it on Netflix. I'm not gonna run to it like, oh, let me rewatch this. It's whatever.
But did you see like in when you went to cinema? Did they have the trailer for Morbius? I don't know if you would have seen actually.
Mhm.
Did
I
do you
did,
think
yeah.
that looked pretty good?
That looked interesting. That's because it's something different. So
But it's part of the Marvel universe. It's a
I know, but
super villain movie.
it's something different. This is what I'm saying. I want give me something different,
But
or if you
it's a comic book superhero. He's an anti-hero
now you're
movie.
just being, bro. Can you not see how that's something different to what we've done to what we've been getting?
But then like Venom is something different then.
Venom is something different. It's just from what I've heard, terrible.
But then like so but it's the same sort of it's the same universe, it's the same like kind of thing. It's just
My problem, well, you're not. This one, I don't feel like you're understanding what my problem is. My problem is not with the MCU. Like, I don't hate the
no, but
MCU.
it's a
My
superhero
problem
movie.
is Mobius is not a Morbius or whatever his name is not a superhero movie.
What is it then?
It's a anti-hero movie. It's a vampire movie. It's not a superhero movie.
Same
It's
thing.
not. It's not a superhero movie in the way Spider-Man's a superhero movie. Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's
Surely,
superhero
come
movie.
on.
Venom is a superhero movie. Like
Venom's not a
anti-hero.
superhero movie. Venom's not a superhero movie.
These Venoms are basically superhero movies. Like Venom's a hero in these movies.
I, I haven't seen it, so I'll take your word for it. But if they are presenting Venom and this vampire fellow as superheroes, if they are doing that, then that's dead. Then I don't want that. But I'm saying they should do like let's see, what type of movie should they do? Because I'm not like this is the thing. I'm not against comic book movies. Like for example, have either of you seen Dread, the Judge Dredd
Yeah,
movie from not too long ago?
the new one.
That is
Well,
relatively
like, I mean,
new.
like the new in terms of because there was the one with
Yeah,
Sylvester Stallone.
not Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, since then, that one. That is a comic book movie, obviously, and that's a gangster film. I love that film so much. But that's obviously it's not a superhero movie. It's a comic book, like Sin City again, comic book movie, but not a superhero movie.
Mm.
Like you can do a comic book movie that's not a superhero movie. You can do a superhero movie that's not a comic book movie.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying you can switch up the vibe. Like you can switch up the vibe so much. Like you can
but
have
Doctor Strange looks dark and like you've got the evil Doctor Strange. It looks like he's going to be in it, sort of thing.
Doctor Strange does not look dark.
What the next one coming?
It does not look dark. That does not look like a particularly dark movie.
What?
In what world is that a dark movie?
How's it not? It's literally filmed like it's got Wonder, who's just come from turning into a dark hero in One Division, and then you've got like Doctor Strange, who's got his evil counterpart coming out into it.
That's
Like,
not dark, bro. Just because people are turning who have done
so,
some bad things doesn't make it dark, my guy.
so what's a dark movie then? Like, because if it's a 15,
A dark movie is like Dread. That's a dark movie.
so if it's a 18 or 15, then it's a dark movie.
It doesn't have to be 18 or 15, but it just has to have darker themes than that. Then yeah, Doctor Strange doesn't look like it's got that dark. One Division was not that dark. One Division had dark moments. Don't get me wrong.
I was saying
But
it switched to a dark. Like the ending was quite dark to One Division.
I don't think so. I think One Division was darker in the beginning.
How?
I think before you
When she
actually
was on black and white.
So after that, so a little bit after that, but when we were still in the dark as to what was going on, and things were just happening, like people were breaking out of the spell and saying, "She's in my head all the time. I don't know. I can't act the way I want to act." That sort of stuff. When all of that happened, that was very dark because that implied something so sinister, and you had no idea what was going on. Once you actually started to find out what was going on, it definitely lightened up thematically. Would you agree, Cam?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that from episode one, it was really dark. Cause like, just from the when they're at the table and the guy's choking,
Choking. Oh yeah, I
and
forgot about that.
and
Yeah.
that whole scene happens, that was weird as hell. I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
Um,
this is exactly what I'm saying.
and then the beekeeper or whatever climbs out the sewage, and then she just says no and rewinds time. Yeah, that was wild.
It was yeah, yeah. I forgot about all of that, but yeah, those are the moments that I think are really dark, and they're quite early. I think towards as you understand what's happening, the show got less dark.
Okay, fair
Um,
enough. I would say it was quite dark towards the ending of it, but
you're just not a very dark fellow, mate. Or
well,
you
you are very
started,
dark fellows.
like Bane said, you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, molded by it. Oh man, but yeah, no, um, like Batman Killing Joke. That's quite a dark movie, and that's um even a cartoon. I don't think that's at 18 or anything. I think it's probably like
I think it
12.
is at 18.
Yeah.
I think so. That one was quite a. I think that one was like a 15, 18 at least.
Okay. Okay. Well, fair enough.
So what about
But
like the Dark Knight and them lot? They're dark movies, right?
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Actually, yeah. They are. Batman movies generally are. They're either camp. You're allowed to say camp, right? Yeah. I had to think about that one for a second, but yeah, no, you're definitely
Pretty
allowed
sure
to
you're
say
allowed to say camp.
camp. They're either very very camp or dark. There's like no in between for
Yeah, so like
Batman.
the new Batman trailer, would you say that is that camp or dark? Well, that's dark. Camp trying to be dark.
they're trying to be dark, and it just turns out a bit campy. But I don't know. But we'll have to see what that movie's like. But like, for example, Justice League or Batman versus Superman, these were dark movies, and this is some of the problem that people had with it. Was that
Justice
it
League
was
wasn't dark, man. That movie was garbage, and it was light. It was boring.
Justice League? All right, Justice League wasn't dark when it tried to be. I hear what you're saying, Cam. You're right. Justice League wasn't dark when it tried to be. Batman versus Superman was definitely dark.
That was
Like
dark.
it was just dark. It was dark beyond any reason. It was darker than it ever needed to be, but it was like super super dark. Like yeah, man. I feel that darkness for me is like when you is a lot to do with like tension and stuff. I feel like Marvel movies don't do dark really well because they just like to joke. Everything's a joke. Everything's funny in Marvel movies. And like,
Hmm.
fam, like even in like Endgame, when 50% of the planet or 50% of the universe has been snapped away, man, are still cracking jokes. Like, no, it's not funny. I promise you. There's nothing. There's not a laughing matter.
I feel like they
Like,
had some films where they tried to do dark before and they just didn't work. So that's probably why they've tried to stay away from it
yeah, they
nowadays.
just got the formula.
And the
But this
Thor
is what I'm saying.
movies.
This is what I'm saying about Marvel. Yeah, the Thor movies were trying to be a bit
Yeah.
dark. You're right, Cam. But this is what I'm saying about Marvel is that I need them. If I'm going to be fully interested, they need to break away from their formula. They need to try and do some fresh stuff. If, for example, you're saying about it's not Mo. What's his name? Vampire.
Morbius.
Yes.
Okay, so if Morbius follows their formula, then that's air. They need to he's the character that shouldn't be following the same narrative structure as an Iron Man movie or a Spider-Man movie. It shouldn't do that.
Hmm.
It should have different themes and should have different things going on.
But I think they're just going for they because they got Blade coming as well with Marshall Ali's playing Blade. So I feel like
Yeah,
they're more darker kind of theme movies, aren't they? Like
that's what it should be. But what you said that is going to be light is making me
I'm
nervous.
not saying it's gonna be light. I'm just saying I feel like it's the same as them, but maybe it's just me. I'm seeing them as the same in my eyes. But because I felt it was a dark tone to the trailer, and I thought Doctor
Yeah,
Strange had a dark tone to the trailer.
I don't think so. I think you're right in the vampire one. I think with Doctor Strange, that didn't give me dark vibes at all. It gave me interesting vibes. Don't get me wrong, it looked interesting, but it looked in the same kind of vein as Doctor Strange number one, which is fine. It should be
Mm.
like that. But yeah, it wasn't giving me dark vibes per se. But yeah, I think we'll see, man. Like obviously, I'm not anti Marvel. Obviously, I still have the capacity to enjoy a Marvel movie, as you can see by the Spider-Man. Even as much as I'm talking down on it, I did really enjoy it. Like I did really enjoy it. I'm just not sure where they go from here with the character of Spider-Man.
Well, from
Like,
the mid-credit scene, you could probably see what's coming next.
yeah, but I feel like they should wait a while for that. No, just hold off. Like you can have Spider-Man pop up in other
I thought
movies
they've
and
got a
stuff.
lot. They've got a lot
Just,
coming, so they probably will
yeah, so
wait a
probably
couple
will
years
chill.
for it.
Yeah, let's just chill on that for a minute. Give us some different characters. What I need to see though, what I want to watch though, just from his brief. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but I want to watch Daredevil. Put it this way, I didn't give that a proper chance when it dropped, and now I'm like, yo, fair enough. I'm watching it. I'm
Wait,
doing it.
you've not seen it? You've not watched even?
I watched like 3 episodes. Gave
Jeez,
up. It was like one of them, one of them ones was like, oh, this is a bit boring, it's a bit slow.
yeah.
Bit dark.
No, but it was actually, no, you're not wrong. Like, I'm not saying that I always want dark stuff because it was definitely, I was definitely like, it's
Can't
dark.
please this man.
Bro, I just want variety. Variety is the spice of life. You know what I'm saying? I just want some variety. We could do the light stuff. We could do the light. No, but that was definitely. It was. I was definitely like, it's a bit boring and it's a bit heavy. I just wasn't. I didn't want to watch that at that time.
Yeah.
And now I want. I do want something dark, like I'm saying in this conversation. So perfect time. to go and watch Daredevil.
I didn't get through season 3, and I got to up to season 3 and then stopped. It just was too much for me at that point.
Why too dark or too?
Just too like I think the whole Defenders thing got killed once the Defenders came out for me. So like they had Daredevil season 1, which was really good. Jessica Jones season 1, which was okay. Luke Cage, which was good. Daredevil season 2 was good, and then Iron Fist that just killed it all. And then Defenders, which I tried to watch and killed it even more. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the third. The second season of Jessica Jones was crap as well. So I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. Can't bothered.
Yeah, I watched the first season of Daredevil. I think I watched the first season of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, because obviously Jessica Jones was sick because of the purple guy, whatever his name is. I was like, this character, this villain is great, top tier.
No, not
No. What's his name? David Tennant.
I don't know what his name in the show was.
I feel like it was like the purple guy or something like that. It was like Purple
It was
Man
something along those lines. Yeah, it was something. It was actually something purple.
The Red Skull. You know, confusing.
Oh my god, no.
And then I think I watched the Defenders up to the point where they all like, where they all infiltrate that building for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they're all like covered up for their own separate reasons. I was like, this is kind of sick.
Right. When they were trying to get Vandal Savage, right? They were going like back and forwards in time.
Fisk was in Thingy, Hawkeye.
Spoiler alert.
You're not gonna watch it. Kingpin.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's why I saw on Twitter that everyone was gassing about that he popped up.
And he was in literally.
He's not been in a Spider-Man movie, has he? No.
No, but he was in Daredevil.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's one thing that they do need to do though. Like, they haven't localized, other than Spider-Man, they haven't really localized any of their heroes. Like, because Spider-Man
Ant-Man's in San Francisco.
Who?
Ant-Man.
Have they localized him to San Francisco though? Is it like obvious that he's from San Francisco?
Yeah. If you watch the movies, you can clearly see he's from San Francisco. Like everything he's doing.
No, but you see what I mean though, Cam? In that Spider-Man is localized in New York a lot more than that. It's not just the movie set in New York and you can see that with your eyes. It's like
you can feel this New York.
Yeah, you could just feel the New Yorkness of the movie.
I don't know how they could do that with San Francisco. I don't know what that would look like.
They'd just be going over the Golden Gate Bridge and riding trams. No, I'm joking. But what I mean is like, okay, so Spider-Man, it definitely feels New York. And then when he's outside of New York, because the past two movies, I mean, the second one, sorry, he was out of New York, and that was it was just a big deal for him to be out of New York because Spider-Man is just so New York.
And he had to change his costume so they don't know that he's Spider-Man in a different city.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like they haven't done that for so many other superheroes who do have secret identities and stuff. Like, should look at it.
Which other superheroes have a secret identity though? Like, I feel like most of them are just quite. Well, actually, it's just the Avengers really who are quite open, isn't it? The rest, the lower ones.
Yeah, the lower ones are definitely not as willy nilly. Who does anyone in Avengers have a secret identity anymore?
Because even Black Widow, I think we were saying before, like doesn't seem
Black
she's a
Widow's
secret
just Agent
agent,
Shield.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
she's the most famous secret agent to ever exist. Yeah, no, I don't think any of them have a secret identity anymore. I think
They might
Bruce
not know
Banner and the
who.
Hulk,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But
people
actually,
might not know.
he did do the whole smart Hulk or whatever.
Yeah, so he
So
became
Oh,
the
they
Hulk,
probably
which
yeah,
is
know.
smart.
yeah. So that happened.
And yeah, he had the people
Uh,
taking pictures with him in it, in one of the
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
Endgame.
yeah. So yeah, no, I think yeah, secret identities aren't a thing in the MCU other than Spider-Man, I guess. Which is
Yeah.
crazy. Which is funny how this movie goes how it goes. Then, considering all of these superheroes are walking around just freely as
And then he just became the most famous superhero ever because he's
yeah,
revealed his identity.
yeah. It's wild.
I mean that's literally how it happens. Though you think about like I don't know how much you two partake in YouTube, but like if you have a YouTuber who's always got their camera on, and then you have take a next YouTuber who hardly ever uses their camera, and then they do a face reveal, it's a massive, massive, massive thing. It's just it's extremely silly.
Yeah. No, I get. I mean, I get
That's
it. I
true.
get it. It's like the excitement of like the new thing, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He's also a child as well, so that's another thing.
Yeah, imagine like you're in school and like yells, you're just come out as Spider Man. Everyone's gonna be like, "What? You're this big superhero we're seeing around town?" Like just walking through school and everyone's like, "That's Spider Man over there."
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, I get it. I get why people around would be gassed, but
But not like
it was like,
he's the most famous superhero in the
mm,
world.
yeah, it was like some worldwide thing.
Mm.
And then he'd be hanging out with Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange would be like, "Oh, you're the most famous man in the world.
Yeah.
You're Doctor Strange, my guy." Like, like I get. Do you know? Actually, think about it. I feel like Doctor Strange is very low key. I feel like no one knows who he is, kind of thing.
Because they work on a
Yeah.
different plane of existence. Man.
Different plane. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, different plane of existence. So like, no, he saves the world and no one even knows it. He never gets his flowers.
No one knows about him going to bargain with Dormammu.
God damn it.
Dormammu came to bargain.
Oh, mama. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That- Bro, but this is what I'm saying. I feel like the next movie is going to be that kind of level as well. That was not a very dark like thing. Like
Nah.
I feel like they tried to set up Dormammu like he was going to be like some super dark villain, and
Yeah.
then he just wasn't. It was just Dormammu. I've come to bargain. That was good though. That was good. I enjoyed that. But that's what I'm saying. I've enjoyed the MCU. I'm just nervous that I'm not going to get as much enjoyment going forward. But we'll see.
Mm.
We will see. But yeah, how do you think it's about time we wrap this up? Do you have anything else that you're watching that you want to quickly discuss? Or
Nah, man.
Cam, you said you've been basically watching TV all week.
Yeah, I've just been binging iZombie again. That's all I've been watching.
Ready Dead.
Another comic book show.
Another comic show, and that was definitely that's a classic, man. I love that show.
Yeah, that was a good show. You know what? I've been playing FIFA, and I was very impressed with them the other day because I did the create your own team, and I
Mhm.
finished the first season. And when you go into the second, you can actually change your kits and stadium and all
Mhm.
that. I was
Yeah,
amazed.
you didn't know that.
No, I was amazed by it because I was like, I was thinking, I was playing like they should make you be able to change your kit because obviously, even though when you play like an Arsenal career, your kits don't change. With like your own team, you should be able to change it, and they did. I was like,
Yeah, you can change your kit, you can change your stadium. So like as you go up, you can make your stadium bigger.
yeah,
And stuff
I
like
gave them a little clap for that. I was very impressed by that.
what season? What division did you sign?
I just got to League One, so started
Just
League
got to
Two.
see
I just
side
got
League Two.
yeah,
Promoted first season, yeah.
yeah.
And you made it too easy.
I'm on world class, and you know, my goal difference was like most goals conceded in the league. was like, conceded like 80 goals, but scored like 130 or something. So it's like
Man,
just
man, man.
3-2
Just
games all the time.
their 3-2s and 5-4s and
Yeah,
stuff. Wild.
they were gonna sack me because same thing happened to you where you don't get they get the profit for the season. So they were like,
Yeah.
literally, I think my rating was on like 40, and I was getting those things every month, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna
Fam,
sack me.
I was like, how am I meant to get this profit? This profit, like, no team in League Two is getting this amount of profit. You're
Exactly
insane.
that £4 million profit. They just sell the whole club
Yeah,
and still not have enough.
exactly. Like, wild if you think I'm gonna make that kind of money down here. But yeah, as you get out of the league, you get more realistic goals.
Yeah, in the second in League One, I had the same. Like, so it was sign one crucial player and make like 2 point something million profit. And I've done it before the transfer window is even closed. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can just spend money willy nilly, sort of thing.
Yeah, easy. But yeah, my PS5 has been boxed up for the past 2 weeks, so I haven't played anything.
Yeah,
Watching wise, I've been watching Formula One Drive to Survive still. I think I mentioned this
you
in our last
finished it
podcast.
today.
Finished it literally today. Yeah, Bez was there. Yeah, no, definitely a good show, man. Definitely recommended. Even if you don't like Formula One, definitely, or even if you don't know anything about Formula One, definitely recommend it because yeah, it's hype. It's hype. But yeah, other than that, that's me, man.
Okay,
All right, cool. We done?
let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Well, wishing everyone. Well, this episode is going to come out, probably on Boxing Day. It's meant to come out on Boxing Day, so hopefully that does happen. So we're wishing everyone had a fantastic Christmas yesterday, a good Boxing Day today, and obviously, yeah, wishing everyone a happy New Year and a prosperous 2022, a COVID-free 2022.
Amen.
Fingers crossed.
Let's make it happen.
Um, But yeah, catch us back here in the new year. Yeah, and we'll see you there.
Merry Christmas.